Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Saturday the 15th of May 2021. Not a lot going on today. Millwall news video is going to be very short and very sweet. And we've got this from londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press's online website. And it's Gary Rowett saying who he would have picked as the club's player of the season. We know the fans picked Bart Biakowski. What does Gary Rowett pick? And he's picked Shaun Hutchinson, which is who I picked in my video. I don't know if you saw that. It says Shaun Hutchinson would have got Gary Rowett's vote for Millwall's player of the season. Goalkeeper Bart Biakowski picked up the accolade for the second successive season after keeping 17 clean sheets. Bart was excellent, but personally I would have chosen Hutch. He was absolutely superb, said Lions boss Rowett. If he had stayed fit, then in my opinion he deserved to win player of the year hands down. Jed could also have a very strong argument to score double figures again from a wide position. Bart was superb. He had to make less big saves than the season before. We've actually improved defensively, but when he needed to make them, he made some terrific ones. Danny McNamara claimed the Young Player of the Season award, and Wallace runner-up to Biakowski for the top honour was voted PFA Community Champion for his work in the local area. So there you go. Gary Rowett would pick Shaun Hutchinson for his player of the season, which is it shows he's got good taste in my opinion, because I picked him as well. So there's that story today, and this little thing that's come up on my radar, it's a walking tour. I don't know if you're interested in that, or maybe you can go in a wheelchair. If you're in a wheelchair, you can roll around a rolling tour of the Isle of Dogs, where Millwall were for the first 25 years of their history before they moved down south in, I think it was 1910. It may have been I think it was 1910, and then we joined the Football League in 1920. So we moved to New Cross, basically Coldblow Lane, the old ground, the old den, the original den. But before that, we had about 3 or 4 different pitches, grounds on the Isle of Dogs, and you can see some of the remnants of that history now. The pubs that were involved, so the pubs that the Millwall fans would have used, they still exist. Some of them do. This is from eventbrite.co.uk, and the event is called Out of the Blue History and Heritage Day, Millwall FC on the Isle of Dogs. I think it's run by a Millwall fan called Rob Woodford. It's on July the 8th, 2021, from 11 AM. So, seeing as your holidays abroad are going to be buggered up, or they're going to be really, really expensive, maybe these kind of things, day trips and that, might be a decent alternative. And this only costs between £8 and £14. So there you go. This guided walk will present an historical tour of Millwall Football Club's origins, the sites of its former grounds, plus 2 surviving pubs, which are an integral part of its heritage. We shall walk in the footprints of those key characters who went into laying the foundations of this famous old football club, the administrators, players and supporters. We shall learn of the highs and lows, from humble origins to acts of giant killing, and the reason for the club needing to move and play their football on the other side of the River Thames. We also take in the social history of the heavily industrialised and heavily populated Isle of Dogs in late Victorian and Edwardian London. We shall uncover a few of the island's less well-known hidden secrets, from having a foothold in the Industrial Revolution to being blitzed in the Second World War, to the London Docklands Development Corporation, which utterly transformed the Isle of Dogs. This 2.5-hour stroll of many presentation stops will be punctuated by refreshment breaks and comfort stops, concluding at a famous old pub for further conversation. Everyone that has booked and completes the tour will be presented with a certificate of completion by the team of Out of the Blue, and there will be a limited edition tour t-shirt that you can buy on the day. But they say I don't. This is a bit confusing for me. It's a walking tour on the streets of the Isle of Dogs, but they ask you wherever possible to wear masks. I don't know if that's just a legal thing, they've got to do that, but it's outdoors, mate. You know, I mean, have a word with yourself. And it's going to start from the West India Quay, so there you go. If that's your thing, it's come up on my radar. I thought I'd share it with you. If you want to get a kind of idea of the kind of things that you'll see, someone actually did. A guy called Nick Hart, who runs the Acting Millwall podcast, he did similar thing. He made a video himself going around the Isle of Dogs, and I think it was him or someone similar. They were responsible for putting a plaque on the ground in there's a place called Cuba Street, I believe, on the Isle of Dogs, where Millwall's first ground was, or one of their grounds was. And there's a plaque there now because a few Millwall fans said, well, you shouldn't, there should be something here, no? And I think it's like a brown plaque that's on the floor, a circle one. So if you go, I don't know what it is on it might be because he had a fans. Nick Hart had fanzine, so it might be under that. It's either Nick Hart, Actung Millwall, or the fans. It was a fanzine called Coldblow Lane something. Coldblow Notes from Coldblow Lane, something like that. It's on the it was on YouTube. I haven't seen it in a while, but if you want to get an idea before you actually go and do it, or maybe you can just do it on your own. Follow what Nick did in his video and go and see for yourself, or just sign up for this thing on Eventbrite. It's called Out of the Blue History Millwall FC on the Isle of Dogs. I might actually I'll leave a link in the pinned comment if you're interested in that. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.